What's up, guys? Codey Eatherton here with Rapid Response Roofing Podcast.
And we can talk about maybe some fun things that I think are pretty universal when it comes to folks getting into the roofing industry. Hey guys, welcome to the Rapid Response Roofing Podcast. I am here with Codey Eatherton, the owner of the company. Today, we're going to talk about filing a claim for your roof or an exterior loss of some kind. So let's say you're minding your own business, you're watching Wheel of Fortune late one evening, and a storm's rolling in, and you just hear the outside of your house get absolutely pounded. What's your next step?
Let's talk about that. So your next steps as a homeowner after a storm, right? Whether that be a hailstorm or maybe even, a tornado, a significant wind event, they're all worth getting your roof looked at. So the next step should be, if you get a storm in your area, a hailstorm, most people think that the next step is to call their insurance company out first, right? However, the insurance company isn't always on your side when they come out and take a look at your roof without you having proper representation. So what I recommend is you call a contractor first, a reputable roofing company, preferably Rapid Response Roofing. Call a reputable contractor out there to take a look. No matter the size of the storm, like we talked about in recent episodes, you're not gonna be able to tell if your roof was damaged just by visibly looking at it, right? So your first step should be calling a reputable contractor. Make sure that you're doing the right research to make sure that company is capable of finding hail damage and filing claims and whatnot. So you don't just want another roofer up there to take a look. It takes a claims specialist, if you will, to a damage inspector to look at your roof for the proper damages. So your first step is call a contractor out, call a roofing company out. Once you've chosen a roofing contractor to come out, I'll just kind of explain our process. Say you called us out. We're going to come out there. What we're going to do is we're going to get on the roof. Of course, we're going to inspect the roof for any type of storm damages as well as any type of other damages on your roof. We're going to let you know the condition of your roof, let you know the condition of the storm damage, the extent of the damage, if there is damage, if there isn't damage. We're going to document everything. We're going to take very thorough photos of everything up there so that way we can discuss those photos and those damages with you, as well as create a report to give to both you and your insurance company that documented those damages, right? So once we do that, the next step is essentially deciding whether or not to file a claim, which is ultimately up to you as the homeowner if you want to file a claim, but obviously with the recommendation of your roofing company whether or not you should file that claim, right? So once you get the claim rolling, from there you have adjuster meetings, inspection processes, and stuff like that, and that's why you need a good roofing company on your side to represent you through that claims process to make sure that you're, being guided correctly. So as a homeowner, what's your first thing you should do after a storm? Call a reputable roofing company, and most reputable roofing companies will give a free inspection.
Yep.
And they'll also, they should as well do a full exterior inspection. So they're not just going to look at your roof. They should look at your gutters, your downspouts, your siding, your window screens, your AC units, your fencing. They may not do all of those things, but they should absolutely be inspecting those things for you to determine the severity of the damage that was caused, right? So that's your next steps as a homeowner. What could you add to that?
So I would like to point out, you might be thinking to yourself, well, of course, you're a roofing company. Why would you say anything other than that? You definitely mentioned this. When you're getting ready to file a claim, you want to be sure that the roof is actually damaged. You want to have the experience of a subject matter expert on your side who has documented everything thoroughly for you and have given you all the tools you need to effectively communicate with your insurance company. Yeah. Typically, after you file a claim, the insurance company is going to set a date with you to have the adjuster come out so that they can look at the damages themselves. This goes a number of ways. Sometimes if you have a good, solid roofing company like ours, if you have a good, solid roofing company that documents things well and well enough, your insurance company may just accept that there's damage on the roof and the estimate provided straight from the insurance company. You avoid the whole adjuster fiasco. Now, that's kind of few and far between.
Yeah, these days.
Yeah, it is. But usually you'll have an adjuster come onto your property and take a look at the damages themselves. I've been a big believer that it goes a long way to have the roofer there.
Yes.
In a very non-contentious way.
Yep.
You know, sometimes having a roofer on scene when the adjuster shows up makes the adjuster a tad skittish.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, to the adjuster's credit, there's a lot of abrasive roofers out there who may take things a little bit too far in their arguments to the adjuster.
Don't be that guy. You're not there to argue. You're there to help.
Right? Exactly. You were there to give your opinion as a subject matter expert. You were there to help the adjuster come to the conclusion how to remediate. Not to remediate, but how to remediate the property. Because you're ultimately the contractor. You're the subject matter expert. You're an expert in how to put a roof, how it goes on, how to get this back to where it was in what's called pre-storm conditions. So just to echo your point, call a contractor, a licensed and insured contractor who's going to give you a free estimate and might do you one better and give you a free damage report to help you through this process. Contractors are looking to show you the value in using us, right? So we want to go above and beyond. We want to make sure that you're getting all the information you need to get this remediation funded. Yeah,
and it's important. It's important that you do choose a roofing company that knows the ins and outs of the insurance claim, because you know, it's very typical that the insurance company will come out there and they may agree that you do have damage up there, but now their next tactic is going to be to underpay you on that claim. They're going to say, here's some money for your shingles, you know, here's some money, you know, for the rest of the materials for your dumpster and your tear off and stuff, right? But what they don't always include are the little things, the things that need to be included to bring your roof back up to code, right? To bring it back up to manufacturer's specifications. So that is why it's important to have a roofing company that knows how to do those things, build the estimate to provide to your insurance company, so that way there are no missed items. It's very, very common that we see the insurance company will come out and they'll say, you know, here's $10,000 for a new roof, and to you that may seem like that's okay. That'll buy you a new roof, and there's probably a cheap contractor that'll do it for that price, but you're not going to get the roof that you deserve, and you're not going to get the roof or the warranty that you need for that roof. So, you know, it's important that you have a company, you know, for example, we have roofs, you know, that should be $15,000 roof, $15,000 roof, for example. The insurance company will come out and say, here's 10 grand, right? And we know that 10 grand is not going to be enough to properly install that roof, to properly include all of the proper components to that roof. So it's important. People kind of get the wrong impression that as roofers, we're just trying to inflate the claim and make as much money as possible. And that's not always the case. So, you know, it's important that we as a company, we want to stand behind our work. Right. We want our work to be the best work we can possibly do for you. And in order for us to do that, we have to charge the insurance company properly to make sure that they're paying for everything that needs to be installed on your roof for it to be the best roof you can have and the best warranty. So super important, guys. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say, you know, making a roofing company that will make sure that you get what you deserve is really important. It's exactly what you said. Yep. And you know, you put it to you like this. If you have a 30-year shingle, you have a 30-year roofing system on your roof, the insurance company owes you for a 30-year roofing system on your roof. That's plain and simple. You pay a policy for this coverage. They should not be wiggling out of that. They should not be paying anything less than that.
Like, kind, and quality.
Like,
right?
kind, and
so
quality.
It needs to be the same type of material, the same type of quality that was previously on your roof. So, and then one cool thing that we do here at Rapid Response is we don't believe in 3-tab roofing. We don't install 3-tab roofs. So if you do have a 3-tab roof on your home, the insurance company is only obligated to pay you for a new 3-tab roof. Here at Rapid Response Roofing, we are going to automatically upgrade your roofing system to a dimensional architectural shingle free of cost. So that's important to note as well. You do not want a brand new roof with 3-tab shingles on it. They're just obsolete. Those are becoming obsolete every day. So, all right, guys, with that, now you guys know your next steps on what you should do after a storm hits your property, and how you can be prepared for the next steps.
Thanks, guys. Hey, if you like this content, go ahead and follow us. Give us a comment, like, share. If you talk to us, you give us a comment, I promise we'll get back to you. You can talk to us directly. Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.